why do you think is the skilling is such a important area? You did mention about the broad goal of 25 million people to be impacted positively. But why skilling is so important, and what exactly is the thought process?
See, of course, there are many aspects of it. We have been all talking about the demographic dividends. We are talking about the supply side and the demand side, the aging population in different countries, and the whole aspect of the industry changing, ever-changing, evolving industry. We are talking about industry, 2.0, 3.0 now. In fact, there are early talks about 4.0, 5.0. All that thing is happening in parallel. Now, the whole aspect is, in spite of all this, if you look at it from a broad level, even a country like India, it's very difficult to say that, we will be let's say, as a country like India, will be producing the number of jobs which are required to take care of every individual who is today, under the education system or the passing out students. Because the number of jobs required is X, the supply is Y. So now that opens up for us an avenue in terms of what can we do to, make this Indian student a global asset from that standpoint, a global talent. So that's one side of it. The other side is very here and now. Almost whether you take India, we take Bangladesh, Philippines, Indonesia, I think even LATAM as well. The industry and academia. There is always this, that what industry says, what we want, we don't get. And the other side, there's academia who would say, no, we are doing the industry endorsed curriculum, but still we are not able to produce the quality which industry can hire. So there is a gap on this part. And this gap, when we go further double click, and if I go into each sector, it will come into roles. And there are roles to be, there are roles at levels, where maybe a grade 12 student is good enough to join. There are roles where, graduate students join. There are roles where diploma students join. And of course, that itself is undergoing a change as well. As we talk, it's undergoing a change. Because now the questions are coming, why can't, let's say, a diploma guy do coding? He or she can. And can we move things, early in the value chain than later? So these various aspects put together, the demographic dividend on the top, the demand and supply situation in the country, and another piece is how serious are we towards it? There are countries who are extremely seeing this as a very, very big responsibility, and the government and the countries, I would say, when I say the ecosystem of the country, be it government or private, they are very serious about skilling and ensuring that every individual is skilled. That's one part, because there's the flip side to it. The other side is, if we do not address this problem, this can create a absolute havoc, because having millions of unskilled students around, and it's from that standpoint, it becomes a threat for a future. So it's an absolute fabulous opportunity for all of us to see what is the student, how can they be skilled in the area which they like to be, and then see what they can do the best, and then is it possible to take them to the employer, or maybe they can get onto on their own, and I'll touch upon that somewhere later, on the self-employment kind of model, or maybe an entrepreneurship kind of model. So from that standpoint, the whole gap between the industry and the academia today, the demands from the industry and what we need, and it is not only true about at the bottom of the pyramid, it's true right at the top of the pyramid. Even the best of the engineering, let's say, total population in India, even now most of the IT companies will say only 25%. The best rate would be 25% are employable, and worst could be anything. So with such a huge opportunity in front of us, skilling is the only solution which comes forward. And that's where we thought that we should then invest in this area. Maybe I'll just take maybe at this stage itself, go one level deeper on this. Now, when we break this skilling piece, this also has got two clear aspects. And we did a survey, and very glad to share with you this pure for India and my friends, who are listening. We did we met almost 1,500 employers in India, and we do this, on a periodic basis, and try to understand what do you look forward to when you hire a candidate, inside your organization. And I'm talking about entry profiles at this moment, and it's ranging across all these segments. It was ITS on the top, banking, finance, construction, healthcare, going right down to mining, maybe fishing. So we covered nearly around 30 domains, and then looked at what do they look forward to. And the output which came out was everyone requires domain skills, everyone requires soft skills. And that's where Wadhwani Opportunity thought that this is the sweet spot where we should start from putting the philanthropic dollars and support the ecosystem, where a lot of academia was anyway answering the domain knowledge.
Correct.
But at the interview, there's a big requirement of the soft skills. All the aspects which is towards attitude, with confidence, communication, ethics, behavior, problem solving attitude, all that aspect comes together. Because most of the employer would say, get us the right guy or girl, but we'll be able to then shape them in terms of domain. So that's where we started our journey. I just touched upon this part, maybe this is not the question, but I just touched upon this part.
Sure.
That's where we got evolved as Wadhwani Foundation.